Thought I'd try out my sea legs.
Well, you ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
Yes, I know that.
His portrayal of Vietnam veteran Lieutenant Dan Taylor in Forrest Gump earned him a Best Supporting Actor nomination. On a personal level, it led to Gary Sinise's involvement with the organization Disabled American Veterans and a deep devotion to the well-being of our troops.
Then September 11th came along. We deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan. People started getting hurt, and the thought of what happened to our Vietnam veterans happening to our active duty folks today was very difficult for me. It wasn't something I could sit back and let happen again.
So Sinise started visiting American military men and women overseas. Eventually, the actor, who is also a musician, asked the USO if he could take a band on a tour. The USO agreed, and the Lieutenant Dan Band was born.
We're trying to get to every single base around the world before we're done with this journey.
They deserve our attention, our respect, and our gratitude, and whatever we can do for them.
Gary plays the bass in the Lieutenant Dan Band, and on average they play about 30 to 40 shows a year, with around 75% of those for USO, charities, or benefits.
The VA can only do so much and only does so much. Sometimes the VA can actually make things a little more difficult than it should be for our veterans. So thankfully, there are some good organizations out there in the nonprofit world that are trying to fill those gaps, and that's why I created my foundation.
And the mission of the Gary Sinise Foundation is to serve and honor veterans, first responders, their families, and others in need.
God bless our military!
In addition to morale, the Lieutenant Dan Band is now on its Building for America's Bravest 2013 benefit concert tour. The Gary Sinise Foundation is partnering with the Tunnel to Towers Foundation to build smart homes for the most severely injured veterans.
They're run by iPads, they have elevators, they have sensors all around. If you're confined to a wheelchair and you can't reach something, you know, the cupboards can come down to your level and that kind of thing. So we want these warriors to come home and have an opportunity in life to at least be independent within their living space.
We need to take care of you before the battle, we need to take care of you during the battle, and we need to take care of you after the battle and make sure you know that we're grateful for everything you do for us.
And the band will do that in concerts across 10 states. The need is great. According to the Wounded Warrior Project, wars in Iraq and Afghanistan led to physical injuries for more than 50,000 service members. In addition, an estimated 400,000 battle combat-related stress, major depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder. Marine Staff Sergeant Isaac Zahn is a member of the Wounded Warrior Battalion East.
I was blown up 8 times doing route clearance, and I sustained enough blast injuries where I had to get my right leg amputated below the knee.
Staff Sergeant Zahn is grateful for the efforts of Sinise and his band.
Love it, everything about it. It's great. My wife was with me and she's also enjoying it, so it's good.
Marine Gunnery Sergeant David Post also had to get part of a leg amputated, the victim of an improvised explosive device.
My limb was just mangled to the point where there was no recovery. I tried to save it after a year and a half, and it wasn't working. I had to give it up.
Post says his faith, family, and support groups like the Gary Sinise Foundation are critical in helping him move on with his life.
God core country, and that's the way it works. I do have a family, and I'm Catholic. The support group has been amazing, and that's what it's about. When I feel like I'm down and I can't do anymore, the people around me always bring me back with the help of God.
Sinise says his faith also motivates him to reach out to veterans like Post and Zahn.
I'm Catholic. My wife's a Catholic. We've raised our kids all Catholic. My daughter goes to Catholic school. They've all gone to Catholic school. Service above self is something that's part of the faith, obviously, and it's something that I've just been privileged to learn over the years.
The Wounded Warrior Project says on its website, the greatest casualty is being forgotten. Gary Sinise and his foundation agree, wanting to make sure every veteran feels valued.
There is a heavy cost for freedom, and you are our freedom providers.
Mark Martin, CBN News, Portsmouth, Virginia.